How does the chickenpox virus hide in a child's nerve cells? Imagine catching chickenpox and then feeling perfectly fine afterward, only to find out years later that the virus is still hiding inside your body. That's because the Varicella zoster virus, which causes chickenpox, has a clever way of staying in your body long after the initial illness. When a child gets chickenpox, the virus enters the body through the skin, causing the itchy rash and fever we all recognize. But it doesn't just stay on the skin. Instead, the virus travels along tiny nerve fibers called sensory nerves. It moves inward toward special nerve clusters called ganglia, which are located near the spinal cord and brain. These ganglia act like safe storage units where the virus can quietly hide away for many years or even decades. The process starts when the virus infects the skin and causes the typical chickenpox symptoms. From there, the virus enters nerve endings in the skin and travels backwards along the nerve fibers toward the ganglia. This movement is called retrograde transport. Once inside the ganglia, the virus enters the nuclei of sensory neurons, which are the nerve cells responsible for sensing touch, pain, and temperature. Inside these neurons, the virus's DNA becomes part of the cell's genetic material, but it doesn't produce new viruses or cause symptoms at this stage. This quiet, inactive state is called latency. During latency, the virus is mostly silent. It stops making new virus particles, and the immune system finds it hard to detect because it's not actively causing trouble. While in this dormant state, the virus uses strategies to avoid being destroyed by the immune system. It limits its gene expression, meaning it only produces a few viral proteins, which makes it harder for immune cells to recognize and attack it. Unlike some other herpes viruses, Varicella zoster does not seem to produce a special transcript that actively blocks cell death. Instead, it simply avoids triggering the neuron's self-destruct mechanisms, allowing the infected nerve cell to survive while the virus remains hidden. This latency can last a lifetime. The virus stays in the nerve cells, quietly waiting. But if the immune system weakens due to aging, illness, stress, or certain medications, the virus can reactivate. When it reactivates, it travels back down the nerve fibers to the skin, causing shingles, which is a painful rash. Although shingles is more common in older adults, children with weakened immune systems can also develop it. Understanding how the chickenpox virus hides in nerve cells helps explain why chickenpox is usually a mild illness in healthy children but can cause problems later in life. Vaccination against chickenpox not only prevents the initial infection but also reduces the chance of the virus establishing latency and later causing shingles. The vaccine is safe, effective, and recommended by health authorities worldwide. So, in simple terms, the virus hides in nerve cells by traveling from the skin into special nerve clusters, entering the nerve cell's nucleus, and then staying inactive for many years. It remains there, mostly undetected, until something triggers it to reactivate. Always remember, if you have questions about vaccination or childhood illnesses, it's best to talk to a healthcare professional who can give personalized advice based on the latest medical guidelines.